In this video, we're going to cover how to make your visitors buy from you without thinking. We're going to cover how to make your visitors think less and buy more using one of the best examples, Lululemon, how they make their visitors act more emotionally rather than turning their logical brain, which is just stopping the conversion and increasing your CAC. We're going to cover 3 principles that you can apply on your store by the end of this video so that you can increase your conversion rate, reduce your CAC, and therefore scale much more easily. The first thing is crucial, and this is one thing that we always, when we onboard a new client in my conversion rate optimization agency, just by fixing these things, we just get instant results, which is a really easy thing to do, and most of the stores don't do it. And I'm going to show you on their example here. So here I've chosen one of the ads that they have on that they're running right now. So we have this static ad image right now. So let's say you're pushing this static image right now on your Facebook ad, Instagram ad, and people just get to see this ad on their feed. So they get intrigued by this image. They want to learn more. It piques their curiosity. They like the product or model or whatever. And therefore, for that reason, they click on the shop now. Now, I'm going to build all these landing pages and all that stuff in the mobile format because I assume that most of your visitors are on the mobile as well. So here we are on the landing page. We clicked on the image ad and we have landed on this collection page. Now, this is where most of the conversions drop off, and this is why most of the times you will see a high bounce rate on some of the pages that don't have these principles. And this principle that first we're going to cover here is that you need to have a congruency between the ad and the landing page. This is one of the most important conversion rate optimization principles, and if you don't have it, you will have a high bounce rate and your CAC will just increase. The reason being is that whenever somebody see your video ad, static ad, they like it, they click on it, and they land on your landing page, you really need to make that whole experience feel like it's the same experience, feel like they're on the right place after seeing and clicking on your ad. As you can see in this example, they have this model, and when you click on it, the first thing that you will see when you land on their landing page is once again this same image. And you can see they are also using that same model here. I'm not sure if that's the one here. This one certainly it is. And that way they are just increasing that congruency between the ad and the landing page. The whole experience will just feel seamless. It will feel like you're still on the same platform. You will still feel like it's the same experience, and you will not cause the cognitive dissonance, which just kind of breaks that flow from ad and your landing page. For that reason, the first thing you need to make sure so that you don't turn the conscious mind of your visitors is that you must not break that flow between the ad and the landing page. Very crucial thing. Now, the second thing, after you have established that congruency between the ad and the landing page, now they're on your landing page, they start engaging with your content. Let's say they like this product, for example. This is where the next step is absolutely crucial if you want to make them more towards the purchase. And this is where most of the people make mistake when they go for the conversion rate optimization. They just throw too many elements going on their website. They just have so many things, and it's because they don't have this second principle that we're going to cover here. This second principle is that you need to have a very low cognitive load on your landing pages and your entire journey. So what I actually mean by that, when your visitors are on Instagram or Facebook, the cognitive load that they experience on these platforms are very low. All the content that they're consuming, like Reels, TikToks, all these contents are very engaging and easy to understand and to process, right? For that reason, if they see your ad, your video ad or static ad and land on your landing page, if that experience on your landing page is now very hard to process, very hard to understand, very hard to consume, that will just increase that cognitive load initially from Instagram or Facebook, and that will just kind of start turning on their conscious mind. So they will just need to start thinking too much about all the things, and for that reason, that will just kill your conversion rate because they will just go back to the social media as it's much more easier experience to be in. So for that reason, your landing page and all your content has to be very cognitively easy to understand. You can see this example in the above default section, which is the most important section where you want to have as low as possible cognitive load. You can see how this is very easy to process. You only have the product title, you have a little bit of the description, just a sentence of the description. You have the price, you have the image, you have the color swatches, which is also very easy to see and understand you. So you basically see what are the colors that are available. Then you can choose which one you want, just like that, instead of having the drop downs or something like that. We select all the other things. Whenever you want to communicate something that's short, it's ideally that you have icons and text. And for that reason, this first part of the product page, it's very easy to understand. And for that reason, that will just make your customers not think too much. They will just stay in that emotional state and just proceed on placing the order. As well, you can see they have the sticky add to cart. So whenever their visitors feel like clicking on the add to bag, they can just click it like that. They don't have to find it in their product page, and that just decreases that cognitive load, which makes the purchasing experience much more easier, and you don't get them to turn their conscious mind. And the third thing that we have here, and this is once you have gotten their attention, you have gotten them on your landing page, the cognitive load is low. They are processing all the information very easily. Now they've clicked on the add to cart, and this is where they drop. This is because you always need to make sure that you have a decluttered your cart drawer. The thing is that a lot of the e-commerce stores, whenever they want to add things to their cart drawer, they just add too much stuff because they want to cross-sell them all the other products. They want to cross-sell them that shipping protection. They want to cross-sell them everything. And when you are doing that aggressively, you can really confuse your customers, so they just abandon the process because your cart is just too cluttered. So let me show you how a great cart page should look like. So this example, let's say I want to add this product. I click on the add to bag like this. Yeah, select the size. I click on the add to bag. And first off, they before getting me into the cart page, they show me this prompt. So in this prompt, they are showing me what I can purchase in addition to the main product that I have just added. Let's say I just want to go to the view bag and checkout. I click on here. And this is how their cart drawer looks like. Now, one very important thing that you need to take away from this example, and whenever you are decluttering your cart drawer, the main purpose of your cart drawer is to show your visitors what they've added to the bag. If you try to cross-sell them too many things, upsell them whatever you want, and they get confused in that part of this process, it doesn't really matter that you try to cross-sell them if they don't understand what they have added to the cart. So first off, you need to make sure that it's very clear what's in the cart. And in this example, you can see by this design that they have these white rectangles with this shadow in the bottom, which just makes the products that are in the cart pop. It doesn't make any confusion to the visitors where this product is added to the cart versus it's not. And this is kind of tying back to this previous principle that we have here, reducing the cognitive load. And for that reason, make sure that your cart drawer is not increasing that cognitive load. Make sure that it's not confusing your customer what's in their cart versus what's not in the cart. Because if they're confused at this part, they will just abandon the process and go back to the social media. This brand, for example, because they already have too many things, they've decided to try to cross-sell you in the previous step, which we can see here. So when we are here and whenever we add things to the cart, we got this prompt here. And then we go to the view bag and checkout, because otherwise the cart would be just way too cluttered. So if you need to show too many information in your cart drawer, you can consider this approach as well. So these are three very important principles if you want to make sure your customers are not turning too much of their brain. You're keeping them more into that emotionally driven experience. And for that reason, more people will just proceed on placing the order from you. And if you like my agency to help you with reducing your customer acquisition costs, check the first link in the description here. And if you like this concept of video where I'm explaining how these successful brands are optimizing, you can check this next playlist in which I break down all these successful stores and what you can take from them and apply to your Shopify store.